Hello, I'm Ken Philpott. This is program number 8 in our series, Santeria, From Slavery to Slavery. We're looking at some of the central aspects of the rites and rituals of Santeria in this 8th program, and we're at Ewe. It's E-W-E. I think I'm sort of close on when I say Ewe, but Ewe are herbs. Herbs is a big thing. If you go into a botanica where you find various things available to sell that are necessary for the rites and rituals of Santeria, you're going to find a lot of herbs. By the way, if you want to find out about how widespread Santeria is in your area, go into Yellow Pages online or in a book, and type in religious goods, or botanicas, B-O-T-A-N-I-C-A, or pet stores. They have to get their sacrificial animals someplace. So that'll give you an indication of what may be around. Iwi are herbs and may be a more important component of offerings than actually animal sacrifices. Those who deal with herbs, the herb masters, fill the religion's most vital office. To animists, like Santerians, plants are alive and have characteristics of personhood, are guarded by certain spiritual entities, and most importantly are loaded with ashi. Herbs are often used as offerings to obtain healing. Before an herb is used, prayers must be offered that basically ask permission to, quote, take the life of the plant. Once permission is given, the herb can be used in a variety of ways for medicine or casting a spell or a curse, depending on what the Santero or Santera desires. An interesting spell used for causing someone to fall in love with another person is the following. Here it is. A person swallows a few kernels of hard, dry corn. That kernel is retrieved from the feces, washed, roasted, then grounded up into a powder. Then, of course, the powder is slipped into the food or drink of the intended victim. Another fascinating use of iwi, and one that might be used by practitioners of La Santa Muerte, is the hanging of crabgrass at the four corners of the house where someone wanted by the police is staying. The magic in that crabgrass somehow disorients the police and no one is found. My favorite one is this: washing with one's eyes with bog onion, whatever bog onion is. Anyway, washing one's eyes with bog onion is meant to promote clairvoyance. That's hearing voices. Since many of the objects necessary for the rituals of Santeria may be easily obtained in tropical and jungle lands, they are not common in large cities in the Americas. But specialty stores exist to meet this need. And that's when I mentioned, in addition to the botanicas, the pet stores, and religious goods. These stores will likely incorporate a saint or Orisha's name for easy identification as to its real purpose. I want to talk about otanes now. Those are the stones, spelled O-T-A-N-E-S. Otanes are stones that are said to carry within them the actual presence of an Orisha and are thus full of ashi. Otanes are carefully selected on beaches and valleys, on mountains, and so on, as they call out in some mysterious way to the faithful to be collected. The stones are kept in crockery or a jar of some kind called a sopera, S-O-P-E-R-A, sopera. The otanes must be fed on a regular basis, because they got the orishas in them, with blood at least once a year, and periodically refreshed in herbal baths and oiled with substances as well. Ifa. Ifa is an important part of Santeria. Ifa is the Orisha of the oracle. Ifa is an actual Orisha, or according to Santeria. I don't want to make it sound like this is what I'm believing, when I report on this. But anyway, Ifa is the centerpiece of Santeria fortune telling. Now, in the occult, there are three major branches of the occult. One is magic or witchcraft or sorcery. That's a big part of that. That's one of the big categories of the occult. Magic. And in magic, they talk about black magic and white magic, and in the middle they say is neutral. And people who engage in magic or witchcraft or sorcery like to say that they're dealing with natural spirits, natural powers, not good or evil, not black or white, but who determined that designation, and I'm sure that always works. Anyway, so the centerpiece is the fortune telling. The Babaloa, or more recently the Santeros and Santeras, read, quote, read the Ifa to those who come seeking counsel, healing, and other forms of help. By Ifa, the priest or priestess of Santeria deal with the problems of the community. Cowrie shells, coconut pieces, 4 of them, and palm nuts are thrown, where a chain called the opele is laid down and interpreted. Using a strict formula, these are read, and the reading will determine what is to be done about the problem. Doing Ifa is the most common of Santeria's practices. This is the most common. You go to the Santero or Santero or Santera, and you express a problem. Something's going wrong. First thing is fortune telling, divination. Goes almost every day. For centuries, those initiated fully into the religion, those who made the saint, will be sought out by those who need help. Essentially, the Ifa will reveal if a person is in harmony with his or her destiny, and if not, what can be done about it, what offering made to bring things back into balance. Okay, balance is the whole thing. Something's wrong, balance is out of whack. Magic and fortune telling is the next breakdown here. What we see when looking at many of the rituals and practices of Santeria is simply known as magic. Some of it is fortune telling, and these two, combined with spiritism, make up the 3 branches of the occult. I'm glad we got to this because I forgot. We talked about the 3 branches of the occult: magic. The second is fortune telling. The tarot, a Ouija board. A Ouija board crosses the line into the next one too. Palm reading. Mediums looking at a crystal ball. Whatever, astrology is another big thing. That is the second major area of the occult. And the third is spiritism. We're going to get to that in just a minute. But you combine the magic and the fortune telling, and these two, combined with spiritism, make up the 3 branches of the occult. And they're all present and dominate Santeria. Now that's a big eye-opener, because occult practices is being under the domination of an evil spirit, a demon, is about as much slavery as you can get. I mean, the whole concept of being possessed is up front in Santeria, is the centerpiece of the whole asiento. The occult arts are all about acquiring power and knowledge, and of course, knowledge is really power. Some Santerians will acknowledge this. They will admit it, that this is what they're up to. There's more people that tend toward the Palo or the Palo Monte area. But still, this is a major form. Others want to disguise it. People that are members of Santeria want to disguise it, wanting to give their rituals an identity different from magic and fortune telling, since they are aware that Christianity, including the Roman Catholic Church, declares that occult practices are both non-biblical and dangerous. Christians have always been aware of the power of the occult, but ascribe that power to demonic forces. In other words, it's not just simply make-believe. It's something very tangible and real. And people involved in Santeria know that as well. They are very much aware of the existence of the spiritual powers. They know that exists, and it is one of the things that keeps a person actively engaged in Santeria. Important to understand this magical occult nature of Santeria. Since the religion must stand as it really is, and not on what Santeria insiders wish outsiders would not see or know. That is the end of number 8.